And have you noticed, is there any pathology from the bones that you've noticed at the moment? Or
Well,
anything that,
this lady here actually has got a healed fracture on her ulna, on the left hand side. You can't see it.
There's a small dagger there, a small...
That's a knife.
Yeah.
That's a knife there, and what she had was that knife would have probably been fastened on a belt, and there is actually a belt buckle there, a little belt buckle just there. And that's all hanging round her waist.
Where's the heel fracture, Jackie? Or is that
well, you can't see it terrifically well because it's underneath the tape. Right. But if I pull out to one side, that long bone that is nearest to us, can you see there's a lump in the middle?
Yes.
There.
Yes.
That's a healed fracture.
Top of the left shoulder.
It's absolutely typical of what we call a parry fracture in its location. If I went to hit you on the head, what would you do? Exactly, and I'd hit you there. Right, you'd parry, and and that's absolutely typical. So I suspect this is quite a small. I mean, you can see she's really little, gracile.
Petite,
yeah. And she's got this healed fracture. I mean, she's not caused her any major problems. It's healed nicely. So.
And the preservation, bone preservation, it's presumed it's very basic soil because of the limestone, so is it reasonably good, the preservation?
It's reasonably good, but we have two problems. One is that sometimes where you have got burials that are made on that hard chalk surface, although the chalk is alkali, so it doesn't tend to attack the mineral component of the bone, so the bone can look quite good. You can sometimes, because it will hold the body liquors for too long, it tends to be the spine that suffers. So that's a certain aggressive acidity. Yeah, you get this acid environment within that sort of central area of the body.
I've just spotted, every time I see Jackie or some of the other guys doing an excavation of skeleton, a spoon always seems to play some critical, and there's a particularly fine example here.
That is one of my mum's nickel silver spoons from when she was first married, I think.
There is no archaeology shop where you can buy these particular implements from. You have to steal them off your mother or your grandmother, but that's a particularly fine example of... And why is that so useful?
Well, the nickel silver's useful because you can bend it.
Right.
And it will move around, and it's very useful because when I get into doing little bits like this and I want to get the soil out of it, I can't get my shovel in there, but I can get a spoon in.
Yeah.
And that allows me to collect stuff.
And you're collecting that sample for what reason?
Well, what I'm doing at the moment, as you can see, is I'm cleaning up the hand areas there. Some of those bones are going to be quite small. I might miss them. So the easiest thing to do is collect all the soil from around each hand separately, put it in a sample bag. That will then be wet sieved, and that way I can be sure I've collected all the bones.
And you wet sieve that back at Wessex?
That will get wet sieved back in the office, yeah.
Well look, thank you very much. I'll let you get on.
All right, thank you.